Well, hi, I'm Mark Cline, and you are here at Dinosaur Kingdom 2. This place is, well, let me put it this way, it's not your father's dinosaur park. This place tastes, blah, blah, blah.
How's it taste?
Okay, hey there, it's Mark Cline. We are at Dinosaur Kingdom 2. This is not your father's dinosaur park. This takes place during the Civil War. You know, this was left out of the history books. If you go through here, you'll see what actually happened. And the Yankees, they left this out of the history books because it was just such an embarrassment for them. They're trying to use the dinosaurs as weapons of mass destruction against the South. It ain't working out too well for them, folks. Wait till you see.
Welcome to Natural Bridge, Virginia. This is the home of Mark Cline. Mark Cline and the American Giants have worked in the past on things together. I'm here today to hang out with Mark. We just brought him the Muffler Man Indian from Asheville, and we just picked up the Canada Muffler Man that we sent to him a few months ago. And so we're going to hang out with Mark today. He's going to show us some of the things he's made in the area, as well as Dinosaur Kingdom 2. And also we'll check out what we picked up, and we'll also look at what we just brought him, and just have a good day hanging out with Mark.
Watch out for the dinosaur poop.
That's right.
It's actually stegosaur poop. You know how we can tell? Because the Triceratops poop is really sweet.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of the berries.
Yeah.
Would you like to try? See the resemblance?
Totally.
About 20 years ago, I altered him a little, put like a nose, wider nose and rotten teeth. Anyway, here's my bud. There's a snake that lives up inside his shirt, in fact.
I thought he was dead.
Are you the creator?
That depends, is he in trouble? People come through and they see certain things, but I see 100 things that I would like to do, you know, details, small things. You know, that only pretty much I notice. But there's always a ton of things to do.
Yeah.
And small details. Like this guy right here, you know, I've had people come up and say, oh, we noticed the pliers in his pocket. And he's a fence builder, or was, and scars on his face. And, you know, and it adds to the story. People wonder, you know, they build their own story around this. They create their own adventure. And this is kind of what this is about, really. I mean, it's not everything's up in your face. You have to work to see some of this stuff.
Yeah.
They freeze-dried it or something and made the mold off of it. But look at the wrinkles here in the belly. This is just too good.
Mark, where are we headed next?
Well, we're going to go to a little town called Glasgow. I've got a prehistoric creature there. It's been hanging around since 2003. So it's also known as the town that time forgot. Well, here we are in beautiful downtown Glasgow, Virginia, where I took this whole community during 2003 April Fool's event and turned it into the town that time forgot by infesting it with about 15 or 16 dinosaurs. This one is the one that remained. It became, in fact, very iconic to the town. And if you type in Glasgow, this dinosaur will pop up. But you'll see this kind of an empty spot up there on the top. Right there, see that? There used to be a cave woman sitting on top of him. But about 5 or 6 years ago, about 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 young lads decided they needed a date. And so they came up here and they extracted her. It was all on video, and took her with them. So, I mean, I figure if they were that desperate for a date, then they needed to take her. I mean, she looked a little like Raquel Welch, but maybe a little rougher. I don't know, she's probably at the bottom of the James River right now. train track here, trestle goes over top of a train track underneath, and we're over top of what's known as the James River. A lot of history here. So this is a beautiful, beautiful area, and this is known as Natural Bridge Station. And as you can see right over here, this used to be a whole little village. It's more like a ghost town now, but there used to be a station right there, and the soldiers would go off to war, and they'd get on the station where the dumpsters are. There's a hotel over there. It used to be the Natural Bridge Station Hotel. And a guy named Robert, well, he took this old building and he's kind of reinvented it, and it's really beautiful. And he's got sort of a whole setup on the inside as well. So it's preserved in its own way. Well, I just drove up here to old Stonebridge Skate Center. You know what? Probably ride around in this a lot better than this old jalopy here. Actually, you can. Not only is this decoration for the roller skate rink, but this can actually be taken off and be put on an ATV. I designed this so that you can ride this through parades. And this comes off, poke your head through there. Massive amounts of fun. Let's just try to get up here. Oh,
Don't hurt yourself.
Pose with him.
Yeah.
There we go. Here I am, me and the Iron Giant. We're outside of a recycling place here in Buena Vista, Virginia. This guy was originally down in Nag's Head. He didn't survive too well with one of the hurricanes down there. He was in Galaxy Gulf, and so they called me to come bring him back, and we found a perfect fit for him. I mean, a recycling place. This is, look at it. See the motorcycle? Isn't that cool? All right, but he's being operated by an alien, so he doesn't look very friendly. I better get out of here. All right, we're gonna go up here. Oh my gosh, I hope this guy hadn't gotten it. Man, I'm like a world-class dumpster diver. I saw something up here. Let's see if it's still there. Yes. All right, here we go. Look at that. Is this yours? Can I have this? Can I have it? Look, does that look good in it? Back to your truck. Now, here in Buena Vista, my April Fool's event this year was to infest the town with insects. And this one was in the community garden here, a little bit closer to the public than I normally like to have it. But you see, people get a little bit anxious and rambunctious, and this leg is busted. But at least they didn't steal it. That's a plus. There it is. That goes right there. But I guess somebody tried to sit up on it, to have one of their precious selfies made of them sitting here with the spider. Ah! 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 So, as people enter into town right here, they first see this giant cartoon ant. And then they go a little bit further, and there's the grasshopper over there, and it's 2 blocks of this. There's the praying mantis peeking around the side of the building up there. But, and hey, right up there. So you never know, it's like a biblical plague here, all these locusts. What happened? But hopefully it's gonna draw in a lot of tourists, and it's actually worked good for them. And right over here, well, let me introduce you to my great aunt. Don't ever leave any sugar cubes out. They said, Mark, we want you to build us, or at least give us some advice on how to build Bethlehem. And I says, okay. I said, where do you want it? They said, we want it over here somewhere. The only problem is there's a big mound in the way. And I looked and I said, well, that's where you want to build it. You want to build your city up on the mound. And that way people can take the journey to Bethlehem. They can park over the other side of the hill. They can walk down here, and they can approach the town and kind of walk around it, circle around it, and make it a journey. This is about as far as we can get. But you can see the buildings over here. There's a carpenter shop over there, and there's I like this. This is kind of cool. This is what I call the It's right here. This is the wheel of Conan. I call this the wheel of Conan here. I think there's something big moving over through in here through the grass. I'm not sure what it is.
You don't got any of your dinosaurs out here, do you?
I don't know. Something alive is hiding in here. Skittering around. Anyway. So anyway, after people go to the inn right there, and they follow Joseph and Mary right over here, and over there is where the cave is, and that's where the
stable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
manger.
you're not sure if it actually happened in a stable or in a cave or someplace a little bit private. Like I said, they got thrown out, and the rent was a lot cheaper here. I told you there was something big in the bushes. Ah! God. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Where was the guy that was hanging off the painter that his ladder fell and he?
Oh, that was in Lexington.
That was in Lexington. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be heading there next. That's where Stonewall Jackson's hanging out.
Okay.
Because you know Stonewall Jackson, he lived in Lexington.
Yeah.
So he was big there.
Yeah.
And when I say he was big there, I went a step further and made him even bigger. Getting all them more thistles. Yeah. Beating the brush. Just like Stonewall Jackson, where he got shot in the wilderness. You know, something pretty authentic right here. And there he is. See, he's just like a true soldier, kind of hiding out in the bush. See him? Okay, he's over there, a little hard to see. Let's go get a closer look at him. I actually needed to come up here because, you know, there's nobody really here to really take care of him. And I mean, I can't do it all, but I do see some of the weeds have grown up around the base. So I'm going to trim those down a little bit. You know, the irony is he's in front of a brewery, and Jackson never touched the stuff. I mean, he's totally against it. And here he's like defending the Devil's Backbone Brewery. He's right in front of it. I wanted to use more of the Muffler Man in this, so actually, as I was getting into building this, I realized the only thing I could really use were Muffler Man's boots. So I started with the boots and went up with it, and the rest of it was just. It took me about 7 days altogether to build this. And I built this up pretty fast. But when I say 7 days, I mean I was working on other jobs at the same time. So anyway,
like you always do.
Yeah, well, we had a deadline, and we brought him down here. But yeah, there he is. This is a very historic piece right here. It's about, from what I understand, it's a very controversial piece. Well, it didn't become controversial until just recently. But who would have thought? And this was standing in front of that Pontiac place there in Nashville for like 50 years, and all of a sudden he has to be moved. He has to go to he has to go up to Michigan. But I mean, he's still in need. He's held together really well over all these years. Well, I can't wait to work on him. Yeah, I mean, this was a really well sculpted piece for back in the 60s. This was, I often wonder, I mean, did they do what I do? I mean, I start with a piece of foam and sculpt out the head. I don't think a lot of people did that back in those days. How did they probably used wire, and they used plaster, and, you know, they got it really, I mean, symmetrically, it's just perfect. Man, that's what it's all about. These pieces to bring happiness to the world. See a Muffler Man in the morning outside your window, and how could you not be happy?